Okay, I'm going to show you how we make one of our sharp focus ham financial models. This is into Kiat. We've got all the data. Here's the model. Here's a stopwatch. Let's go. So the last 12 months growth has been 1%. We're assuming an average 3% growth in the next 12 months. So we're just going to make the sales forecast 1 plus the growth, like that. And then this one is going to be the previous one times 1 plus the growth, like that. Whoops, misformatted. We can drag that across. And then the cost ratio, I'm just going to, for now, use the latest cost ratio, cash cost ratio, and we can assume that for the rest of the 4 quarters. And so the cash cost will be the sales times the cost ratio, which we can drag across. And then the operating cash flow is going to be the sales minus the cost, of course. And we can drag that across. And investment is going to, I just want to use the latest investment. We could change this later, and we can drag this across. And then the financial cash flow is going to be the liability payments, the equity payments, and this revolver. We've got a revolving credit facility. For liabilities, we assume they're paid over 20 quarters or 5 years. And then the next one is going to be the next liability, same thing, 20 quarters. We can drag that across. Equity, we assume normally that if the profit is positive, then there's a payment of 30% of the profit. It could be different depending on the balance sheet. And then the before revolver is the operating investment, the liabilities and the equity. So they might need some extra money. In this case, they are going to. So the revolver will be the opposite of that. Minimum of 0 or before revolver. And the next one is going to be minus the minimum of the revolver or the before revolver. And this is going to adjust later. Beginning cash, we've already got that. And then the change is the operating investment and financial cash flows added together. And the ending is going to be the combination of the two, which we can drag across. And that will give us the beginning balance, which we can drag across. Okay, profit now. We're just going to stick in simple depreciation for the non-cash costs here and assume that that is flat. So our profit becomes the sales minus the cash costs minus the non-cash costs. So there we go. The other assets, we're now in the balance sheet. We're going to do gross, and then we're going to add the investment spending. So this one will add the investment spending, and we can drag that across. Depreciation, we'll add the latest depreciation, which is here, and then this one is going to be accumulating, and then the net is the gross minus depreciation, and we can drag that across. Liabilities is now going to be the previous liabilities and the liabilities payment. You can see this is going to add up now. Same again, and we can now drag this one across. The revolver, same kind of story. At first it's going to be that, and then it's going to accumulate. So you can see they do need extra credit card or whatever. The equity will be the previous equity and the profit and the payment, equity payout. And next one is the same, and we can drag that across. And let's check, does it balance? liabilities, revolver and equity, minus the cash, minus the net other assets. It balances, okay. And then the net cash is going to be the cash minus the liabilities, minus the revolver. They got quite a bit of debt, $3 billion. It's going to come down a bit though. Here we're going to put in the capital. Are they paying capital? Yes, they are. And we'll add up the next payment, which is the opposite, minus the financial cash flow, because it's a payout. And they are going to have paid out over $600 million. So let's put in a couple of quick valuations. Price to sales divided by the total sales that we're forecasting. And let's look at the assets divided by the cash and the net other assets. Whoops, nothing's wrong there. Let's put in brackets. And you're going to see this is pretty cheap. 1, 2, yeah, only 0.3 times the assets. So imagine the yield is going to be high. 1, 2, 3, 4 payments divided by the current value, which is $3 billion. As a percent, 6%, yeah. So we got definitely positive cash flow of 241 million. Oops, I'm going to make that 25, so a 4% yield. So our value is going to be the cash flow times the valuation, and then we're going to put this into Rupiah. There's the number of shares, so it's a target price, 95% higher, 15,400. A model in less than 7 minutes.